That's funny. Actually, you could blend it. You could blend in. I see why they are.
That's the end of that conversation.
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine. You have an opportunity to find that song? Krishna Deva Bhavantam. Kartal কোথায়? উনি হারমোনি বাজান. You can play the harmony. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Maybe you can help him to find that. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Manamana Madhukara Arpaya Nija Pada Pankaja Makarande. Manasa Madhukara Arpaya Nija Pada Pankaja Makarande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Krishna Deva Bhavantam Jadapi Samadhishu Vidirapi Pashati Nata Banaka Ramarichi Jadapi Samadhishu Vidirapi Pashati Nata Banaka Ramarichi Idamichami nishamata bachuta tadapi kripa utavichi. Idamichami nishamata bachuta tadapi kripa utavichi. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Manamana Madhukara Arpaya Nija Pada Pankaja Makarante. Manasa Madhukara Arpaya Nija Pada Pankaja Makarante. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhakti Rudan Shati Jatapi Madhava Natai Mama Tilamatri. Bhakti Rudan Shati Jatapi Madhava Paramesharata Tadapi Tavadhika Durgata Gatana Vidatri. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Sanatana Kalita Dhutara Shobhara Ayata Sanatana Kalita Dhutara Nivasata Nitam Ihamriti Nindini Vindana Madhuri Sharam Nidam Tam Ihamriti Nindini Vindana Madhuri Nivasata Nitam Ihamriti Nindini Vindana Madhuri Sharam Nivasata Nitam Ihamriti Nindini Vindana Madhuri Sharam Krishna Deva Bhavanta Krishna Deva Bhavanta Mana Manasa Madhukara Arpaya Nijapada Pankaja Makarante Mana Manasa Madhukara Arpaya Nijapada Pankaja Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande Krishna Deva Bhavantam Krishna He 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Thank you. Jayom Vishnupad Paramhans Paribrajagacharya Ashtutar Satarsi Simasila Bhaichana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BVT founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalila Prabhupada Vishnupad Paramhans Paribrajagacharya Ashtutar Satarsi Simasila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Silavadas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। समवेत वैष्णव वृंद की जय। टेम्पा भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sisi Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitina. Namaste Saraswati Devi. Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschatya Deshata. Vancha kalpataru vishripa sindhaveva chabaditanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Binda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai. So first of all, I'm very grateful to be here with all of you. I appreciate you have taken your precious time and investing to hear about Krishna, Bhakti and Bhakta. So today I thought also, thank you Prahladananda Prabhu, Mother Aroni, Rati Prabhu and all mothers and Prabhus.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you for joining, Mother. Prahladananda
Prabhuji, thank you. Very good.
So today I was thinking of discussing something relevant to our day-to-day life. In a plain language, why bhakti is important. why Krishna Prem is something we have to have. It's not an option. We must have. Why? When a child is born, then you see the child, only thing the child is aware is the breast milk and slowly about mommy. Not so much mommy in the beginning, just the breast milk, sleep. That's the world of the child. But as child grows, then the child realizes, oh, this lady has an affection for me. Now, child may not learn the English or language, whatever language, to express that, but they have some understanding that this lady not only giving me breast milk, but she cares for me. She gives me affection, emotional support, like that. Even though child is very baby, we may think like, don't, but they have consciousness, not expressible, but they have some understanding. As the child grows bigger, then the child start reciprocating love with the mother, then siblings. Oh, I have a brother, sister in the house. You know, I'm sure you all, you may not remember your childhood life because it's difficult to remember, but you can relate to that. I'm sure either you have a children or you can see other children how they. And the propensity to love is from the day one. The propensity to love means how I am being completely happy. It may take the form of Annamaya Kosha. It says Annamaya Kosha means depends on the breast milk, or economic development. You heard about economic development, big city council, they talk. It's the same concept. Child is depend on the breast milk, and the big guys in the city, or girls also together, they think about economic development. It's the same concept. There's no difference. Maybe one is expressed in a big way, newspaper or paper, and another one is like quiet baby. As the child grows, the child start to reciprocate and develop that loving exchange with the siblings, brothers, sisters. Then maybe with the neighbors, with the other children, friends. The propensity, you can see it is there all along. They are not expressing, oh, I'm looking for my happiness, so I want to play with the other children. They don't say like this.
Cameron, right? I'm going to see what.
But
Let's search. Put in search.
okay. So the propensity is there, but then they see it is not complete. Even from the very childhood, they see it's not complete. So they always trying to explore. You notice the baby trying to grab this, grab that, put in the mouth or something. Like they are always. What's the difference with the big businessman versus this child? It's the same propensity. You follow? Maybe somebody is multi-millionaire or billionaire versus a little growing child. It's the same propensity, do something to get more, to something. This loving propensity is never complete. And those who are very thoughtful, they see that there is a bhogatyaga. Bhogatyaga means I like this girl or like this boy. After a little while, something happened. I like that girl, no more this girl. Or that boy, no more this boy. Or that house, or no. No, not Tampa. Maybe Miami is better. Maybe actually Alacho better. Or maybe I should go to Vrindavan. There's always a propensity of incompleteness. What they are looking for, a completeness, full-fledged love, loved and express love to others. So Prabhupada and Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion very nicely express this, that this propensity is eternally with the soul. This propensity will never be complete unless they come to love Krishna. Because Krishna is the root of all this love. Whatever expression people do, whether they want a new car, but it's the same thing reflecting. Then after some time, I don't know if you ever experienced, I was so excited to sell my old car, and the guy who bought it, he's excited to buy it. And I said, "You are excited to buy it, isn't it?" He said, "Yeah, this is my first car. You said it's good." And I said, "Yeah, it is good." And I was just thinking, wow, I'm excited to get rid of it. And he's excited to get it. What is this missing? Is the incompleteness. We think that some way or other we can feel ourselves completely complete. And never proven in the history, whether in heaven or hell or this planet or any planet, that anybody is completely complete, blissful. Maybe 1 minute, 5 minutes, not all the time, at all situation. That you cannot prove. And bhoga tyaga means something you like now, there will be time you don't like that anymore. Are you familiar with that? You're excited to go to school. After going to learn, when the pressure comes, like, I want to get out of the school. How can I? It's like a bhoga tyaga. And then you come to a point, the material happiness has another two dirty perception. It's called chapalata. You know chapalata? Means you get the happiness, but you want it to last longer. But it does not. It's like a flickering. Chapalata is like a flickering. Whatever happiness you experience, it doesn't last too long. Then you think, okay, it's okay, I got something at least. So you kind of convincing yourself, that's all I have to live, I guess. What can I do? So Rupa Goswami Pad says, Katam abbodhayat bhavet. Pishachi ridi vartate. Yes. Javat karma and gyan, these two ideas. Maybe you all are not familiar with it. Maybe you heard it. You may not completely thoroughly understood it. Bhoga, tega, or karma gyan. These are foreign elements. I have to do something to get something. It is not actually soul's natural desire. But we accept it because we accepted the body as a self. So we think, oh, I have to do something to get something. That's normal. In America, everybody thinks like that. This is karma, separate interest. And then when you are burned out with this world, you think like, can I do something to get out completely and never take birth again? That's called gyan, how to get out. Aversion, you're just frustrated, tired of life. I don't know, none of you maybe, I hope you never experienced that. But it is there. It is there, whether you are aware or not. Javat prishachi riti vartate, tavat bhakti sukasya katam abbodhayat bhavet. Rupa Goswami Pad says, it is not possible to experience the bhakti happiness, which is pure, so long you have this pishachi, you know pishachi, the bloodsucker. Pishachi, Ridi means heart, Vartate means existence. So long your heart is thriving for karma and gyan. Karma and gyan means you think you will be happy in this world as long whatever you need is provided. But have you seen anybody ever completely satisfied here forever? Not possible. And finally, what is the biggest problem in this material world? Hare Krishna. What is the biggest problem in this material world? Disappointment. Are you familiar with the word disappointment? Did you ever experience? Or you're going to experience? You don't have a choice. If you did not experience, death will make you. Death is Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please come. Oh, wow. So, death makes Hare Krishna Mother. So, they make disappointment. In spiritual life, is there any disappointment in spiritual world or spiritual planet or pure spiritual path? Is there any disappointment? Have you ever heard any pastimes, or what do you think? You understand the disappointment. Not necessarily you like your gray hair, but gray hair is forced to come. This is called disappointment. Nobody likes disease, no? But diseases are forced to come. This is called disappointment. But in spiritual world, there is no such thing called disappointment. Absolutely, there is no such thing. So then question comes, how to understand that? Well, I'm going to tell you something that I would like you to contemplate and see if you can apply in your life right now. Not tomorrow, not next life, not after 10 years, or thinking like it will happen automatically. No, it's not going to happen automatically. It's required some analytically understanding and comprehending, also applying. Because our satisfaction is determined more by the location of our consciousness than the location of our situation or tribulation. You may think like, if I had extra money, or if I was living in a better place, or if I had a better job, whatever the situation, we think we would be happy, satisfied. Please write it in your heart that our satisfaction is determined by the location of our consciousness, not by our situation or tribulation or mental emotion. This is very important. Like we celebrated yesterday. Well, how many people were there? Like 500, 600, something. 600. That's a lot of nice people they came to see. And it was a very nice program, such a vibrant, very wonderful. But then they go back to their life and they forget about it until next year, yes, Janmashtami, or next festival, something. And they kind of like it was good. Okay, we'll go again. But it was not something they can hold on to it. So question is, how this love for Krishna is awakened? That has to be discussed. So today I thought of just discussing few minutes on that, because this is something where I hope you all are focusing in life. Now everybody is familiar what is emotion. Are you familiar with emotion?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
Emotion is one of our quality.
Can you throw away emotion?
No.
Why not? Why people go to psychiatrist or psychologist or counseling?
It stays always with somebody.
So when you die, what happened to the emotion?
It will carry forward.
We are made of feelings. You have to go to that point. It is not something you wished away. We are made of emotion. You follow? We are made of Satchit Ananda. Ananda means is emotion. But when emotion filtered through mind, it causes problem. When it filtered through intelligent, you may act like a very wise, or you may even restrain. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to feel about it. Drop it. Let's stop talking about it. Something like that. People do that. But emotion is a big factor in your life. I really want all of you to remember this. What I want you to do, detect your feeling, emotion. Because to awaken Krishna Prem, you have to awaken Bhava, which is all along within your heart. Where is Bhava? Where is Bhava? Within your heart. Yeah, inside you. It's eternally inside you. Whether I was a dog, cat, human, or demigod, doesn't matter. We have Bhava. So we discuss about how child from childhood life, we discuss that they are always searching to feel that completeness. And they never find. So then Prabhupada suggested that we should come to a point where we can actually love Krishna or come in contact with Krishna. And now when you are already in contact with Krishna, otherwise you would not be here, we would not talk. How this process actually apply in our life. We hear and we also practice every day. We cook, offer, just like for a simple example, Ahara Suddha, Satta Suddha, Dhruva Smriti, Smriti Labde, Sarva Granthi Nam Moksha Labda. Everything we do, there is a scientific reason. Ahara Suddha, Ahara, you all understand. Ahar means?
Cow.
Okay. How the blood is produced in the body? Blood is produced from the food. Food. If you don't eat food, you don't have a blood. Now it says the Ahara Suddha. Ahar, when food is Suddha here means purified. Now purification, everybody understand purification? What is purification means?
Means quality is totally pure. There is no other things. Means to say.
In one way, yeah, you are right, purification. But I want you to all remember this simple thing. Purification means when your emotion is directed towards Krishna. Otherwise, it is not a purification in our language. In a dictionary language, you will see purification means purifying, pious activity, good activity, selfless activity, so many things. But unless your emotion is directed towards, your activity is directed towards, your thinking is directed towards, your awareness is directed towards Krishna, it is not purification. Everybody understand that? You cannot say, I'm purifying myself. How? Are you thinking of Krishna? Are you actually honoring Krishna Prasadam? Or if you eat anything outside, that doesn't mean purifying. So as long your consciousness is directed towards Krishna, you can call it purification. Now there are many definitions. Purification means I'm not succumbed for the temptation. You follow? You can say that too. Yes, that is also there. But ultimately, if our consciousness is not directed towards Krishna, it is not really Suddhikaran. The words in Sanskrit, Suddhikaran, is not taking place. So it says, Ahara Suddha, Satta Suddha. Once your food is offered to Krishna and you eat, then that food produces the blood. And blood has so many things, like white blood corpuscles, red blood corpus, all kinds of RBC, WBC. But we are not talking about that. We are talking about something the modern science cannot figure it out. What is that? The consciousness. Where is the consciousness in the body floating? Now, Prahlad Prabhu, you are also doctor. I'm sure you are aware of it. He's in the Zoom. But when we eat the food, purified food, then it produces purified blood. It cannot be tested by the modern scientific instrument or microscope or anything. So purified blood, then your consciousness, how your consciousness is carried out in the body. How? If you have a little ants on your toes, you are looking at me, but your hand goes there. How? Why? Consciousness. But how the consciousness is floating in the body? How?
To the air, prana. No.
Yeah, yes, prana is there, but how?
Brain mind.
They are in the middle, but they are not carrying the consciousness. Blood. Blood is carrying consciousness. If you have a place where blood is not reaching, say big nail or a big sika.
Yeah.
If something on the big sika or something, and you are not, you may not even feel. You follow? I may put this cloth here with me and here. Maybe some ants is here, but will I feel the ants?
No.
Why?
There's no blood.
Because no blood goes there. Blood carries the consciousness. You follow? And consciousness get purified. When food is pure, it creates or produces pure blood, and then the consciousness also get affected, impacted. It's a very scientific why we do things we do. You follow? Then your consciousness slowly changing. More you are, like you bow down. I was mentioning to someone. When you bow down, why you bow down?
Because for our purification.
You respect, but little more. For whose benefit? You think Krishna needs to bow down, everybody to bow down so he will remain God? I mean, I hope Krishna is not angry with me. But if you think, it's like everybody bow down, so Krishna is God now because we are bowing down. Is that the reason? So no, why we bow down? 2 times Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. 2 times he says, Manmana bhava mad bhakta majjaji mam namaskuru. Krishna repeated again in 1865. Mame vasyashi sattam te pratijane priyasime. He says, Manmana bhava mad bhakta majjaji mam namaskuru. Arjuna, please bow down to me. Pay obeisances to me. Why?
You have to surrender.
Always think Krishna, all the advice he is giving, not for Krishna. Krishna does not need actually anything from you or from any of us. Nava Atmana Prabhu Nija Labha Purna. Manav Jana Abhidusha Karuna Brinite. Prahlad Maharaj says, Nava Atmana Prabhu Nija Labha Purna. He is completely satisfied. 24 hours a day, eternally. Krishna doesn't need anything, big rasgulla from your kitchen, he doesn't need. Then why we offer? That question will come. If Krishna doesn't need anything, why we are making such a big endeavor to cook and offering?
Is our satisfaction or
To show the love.
Very good, good thinking. Is he a professor? Is he thoughtful? Very good. It says, Nayabatmana Prabhu Nijalabha Purna Manav Jana Abhidusha. Manav means human being. Abhidusha. Dosh means fault. We have a 4 fault, yeah? I hope you all know. What are those?
Cheating
Cheating
propensity.
propensity.
Brahm, Pramad,
Prolapsa.
Vipralipsa, Korunapata. Cheating propensity is good. What else? Illusion and mistake
Making mistakes.
and propensity to cheat others. Ooh, if you tell somebody, oh, you have this fault, what? Cheating others? No, I don't want to cheat. Are Baba, whether you like or not, you have. You may act or not, but you do have deep down in their heart. When the danger comes, they will cheat to get out of that. It's every human has. Unless they become a devotee, it is not possible. They can get out of these 4 defects. So, Karuna, Manav Jana Avidusha. Karuna Brinite. But you have a fault. But because you are offering to Krishna, remember this. Because even though you have a fault, because you are offering to Krishna, Krishna says, Karuna Brinite. Brinite means I accept because of my Karuna. My compassionate nature, I take it. Now verse says, Mukhasya Jata Mukhasri. Just like if you decorate your face in the mirror, what you will see? Ugly face or decorated face? Decorated face. And if you don't have a tilak, in the mirror also, no tilak. You follow? So when we offer something to Krishna, Krishna accepts it. Not that he needs it. Please remember this. This will help you. Krishna doesn't need it. But because he has a compassion, mercy for us, he will accept it so it becomes purified. And it benefits you, the person who offers it. So it's for our benefit, Krishna accept it. For our benefit, Krishna accept our obeisances. Bhagavan Krishna Chandra ki, I pay obeisances. Now, what is happening here? He says, Jnanam Paramam, Sarva Guya Tamam Bhuya, Sinume Paramam Bacha. Sinu means here. Oh, Arjuna, please listen to me. Sarva Guya Tamam. Guya Tamam Bhujan. You understand?
Very deep.
No, confidential. Goponiya. Guya. Gujya. Guya. So there is a confidential, more confidential, most confidential. Guya, Guyatara, Guyatama. This is a superlative in Sanskrit. So Krishna says, Sarva Guya Tama. Not only confidential, confidential of all confidential. That's why Prabhupada said this is the most important verse in entire Bhagavad Gita. Sarva Guya Tamam Bhuya Sinume Paramam Bacha. Arjuna, listen to me. I'm telling you the most confidential of all confidential. What is it? Sarva Guya Tamam Bhuya Sinume Paramam Bacha. Ishtoshi me triram iti. Tato bakshami te hitam. Te matlab your. For your benefit, I'm telling you this confidential. So our Acharya Prabhupada, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, what benefit that Arjuna will get or we get when we bow down to Krishna? We have a false identity. False identity will disappear. You follow? So more we pay obeisances. You can be driving. You're driving and you're thinking, I'm touching Krishna's lotus feet. I'm touching my Guru's lotus feet. Can you think like that while you're driving? Yes, you can think. Why not? Thought will come, whether you like or not. Did you sit down in a quiet place? You think, I'm not thinking anything, but thought is coming. It's not up to you. Try to remember this. Desire is like an ocean, waves. Thought also. The modern science declare that you have every person, more or less, you have 60,000 thoughts comes every day. 60,000. I don't know how they count it, but I accept that, okay, because they do some kind of research, I guess. I didn't do it. But you do have a choice which thought you can focus, you want to focus. You don't have a control, all the desire coming through you, but you do have a power. You have a power. Krishna gave it, and you have to utilize it. Krishna is not going to utilize it. You have to utilize it. Which one to focus? So Krishna says, for your benefit, you should bow down to me. Then your false ego will go away. Hare Krishna. Okay. Everything is good. Okay. So when you think of now applying this, how the bhava appear, this is very important. You have Bhagavad Gita here.
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to read 5.24? See what Krishna says, and then we can talk about it. And this is something I am requesting all of you. I cannot order you. I can request you. Can I request?
Sure.
Okay. That try to apply this in your life. You will become a different person, different devotee. You will elevate your consciousness. You give it. 5.24. What is this, Prabhu? Read it loudly. Louder, not in silence.
Yeah.
Read the translation if you cannot do the sense.
One whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoice within, and whose aim is inward is actually the perfect state. He is liberated in the supreme and ultimately is the supreme.
Very good. So there is a very secret keyword. So you ask yourself, do you want to be happy? Yes.
Yes.
So he said, do you want to be liberated or you want to be bonded? You want to be bondage or liberated? You want to be liberated. You want to be happy. Do you want to achieve the gods, Krishna? So this translation, if you look at that verse, if you focus on that verse, wow, I want Krishna. I want to be happy and I want to be liberated. I don't want to take birth. Liberation means no more birth in this world. You are above the three modes. So this is very important, this verse. When you go home, you can read more, 5.24. So Srila Prabhupada explained this verse, that after he spoke this in one time, Prabhupada says, I can sit down anywhere and be completely satisfied and happy. Why? Because bhakti is the journey within. Bhakti is not so much how much you do outside only. Most important is your consciousness. How you connecting? Are you male or female, Mataji? I mean, I'm asking Mataji. Are you male or female? How do you know?
Because of our structure.
Because of your structure. Because your consciousness connecting that way. If your consciousness connect that I'm a servant of Krishna, then you will not say male and female. You follow? Wherever our consciousness is connecting, we are actually addressing that. So our happiness is not by the situation or tribulation or mental emotion. You know, are you familiar what I'm talking? Tribulation like COVID, accident, I have to go to work. It's like you are always like under pressure you feel. Then mental emotion, I'm not feeling well today. I don't feel like to chat. This is a wrong conclusion. Because we should not be by the mental emotion or tribulation or situation. How can I get out? Temple. I want to go to Alacha. I want to live there. I want to live there. I want to get the cell here and go there. You know, you're like disturbed by the situation. But from today, please try. Please try. Don't get disturbed by all these three. 99.9% or 100% people in this world are influenced by these three. Tribulation or mental emotion, you follow? Or situation they are in. So we should see where my consciousness is going. It is by the location of your consciousness, your happiness or suffering comes. You follow? Whatever the happiness or suffering you are experiencing, it is through the consciousness. And you have a power to direct the consciousness. When consciousness goes to the material enjoyment, I'm making more money. She's a nice girl, I want to enjoy. Or this is a nice house I want to buy. I'm not saying you don't need those, you follow? But you don't have to direct your happiness through that sources. You need those, but you remain aloof from it. Do everything, but remain aloof, but not possible unless you divert it to Krishna. You think Arjuna was killing while thinking Krishna, or he was thinking, okay, let me think Krishna and then let me see who I'm going to kill. What do you think? You look at 8.7 and then let's see the answer. What do you think? Anybody would like to say from the Zoom? We have a full screen. Was Arjuna thinking and fighting simultaneously? Or he was thinking sometime Krishna and sometime fighting who to kill? Oh, this guy is an enemy. I'm going to kill him. Okay, let me think now, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let me kill. Because I tested it. I asked this one devotee, he's a construction man. I won't say the name because I love him too. He said, Pran Govinda, I can't do that. I have to measure it. I have to remember the number. What was the wood measure, this, that. And then when I'm done, I'll chant. I said, but Krishna did not say that. If you have a Hare Krishna, Mother Ishopanisha. Yes.
Krishna, Arjuna says in 8.7, Krishna says that you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting.
Very
With
good
your
answer.
activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt.
Very good answer. Thank you. So I don't want any one of you thinking that, oh, what he is suggesting, it is something like a foreign idea. No, this is what Krishna wants. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. You got that verse, Prabhu? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara juddhacha. Anusmara juddhacha. Think of me and fight. Think of me and kill. Think of me and kill. And your mind will say, you can't do that. You have to think Krishna, Hare Krishna, and then you see the enemy and kill. No, don't listen the mind. Listen Krishna. Krishna says, you can think of me and cook. You can think of me and also count the money. One devotee says to Prabhupada, I thought devotee means they think of Krishna. But last 1 hour, you're talking about how many books sold, how many books published, how much money is coming, how many distributor going. I didn't see Krishna, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, come here. Put your ear here. Then Prabhupada is talking, just like a regular we are talking. And after a few minutes, he freaked out that, Western devotee. I love him too. So I won't say his name, but he said, oh my God, you're chanting and talking. How you do that? Prabhupada said, you can practice. Do not ever challenge what Krishna says. He knows what is reality. When he suggests, we should try. You follow? We should try, and it is possible. Krishna will not say something it is not possible. He's the creator.
Yes.
You follow? But problem is our mind creates the doubt. Just like that Mataji, very nicely she said in one class, I remember, I'll never forget. She said, I want to surrender, but what am I going to get? How do I know guarantee that protection will be there? I said, this is called trust. Belief, faith, trust. Try to understand this. Shraddhatu annopaya varjanam bhakti unmukhi chitta vritti vishesh atma. Shraddha arthota ki? What is the meaning of Shraddha? Chitta vritti. Your heart has to actually believe this, maintain this belief. That protection is already built in surrender. You follow? It's not like you have to surrender, then Krishna will send protection. No. This is a wrong calculation. Everything Krishna says is already done. He doesn't have to do. You follow? When Krishna says surrender, I'll protect you, it's already done. Only waiting for us, for me to take that step. As far as protection. So when Krishna says 8.7, Tasma Sarvesu Kalesu Mamanusma Juddhacho, Mayarpita Manobuddhir Mamevasya Samsaya. And if you do this, Krishna says, you'll come to me without faith. 1868, two things you get. If you follow this confidential knowledge, then you will get two things. Why you are practicing Hare Krishna devotional life? Why? Why are you practicing, Mata? To awaken love for Krishna and to go back home. 1868, Krishna says this. 18.68, not 8.
18.
No, 18 is all end of Bhagavad Gita. You are in the middle, not possible 18. 18.68, Krishna says, Jaidam paramam guhyam mad bhakteshu abhidashyati bhaktim mai param kritta mamevasya samsaya. You follow? Jaidam paramam guhyam. If anybody explain this confidential knowledge, let's hear what Prabhupada translation. Can you read?
Yeah. For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me.
So Krishna says, you will get love for me. Krishna Prem, I'll give you. Krishna Prem, where is Krishna Prem? First of all, where is Krishna Prem? In our heart. So why we cannot just pull it out?
We have to raise the consciousness.
Very good. Little more. Even if you endeavor tremendous, you will not get. Because Krishna will have to sanction it. Krishna eko premodata. Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna eko premodata shastra pramane. It is Krishna actually has to sanction. You go 1133. It's very interesting. 1133, Krishna says, Arjuna, you should fight. Krishna needs help for somebody to kill those enemies. Yes or no?
No.
No. Just by thinking that they should be dead, they're dead. Try to understand Krishna's power. He doesn't have to do anything. His thinking is enough. His inconceivable power. Of course, when we look at a little blue boy, we think like, really? Inconceivable power. In my altar, wow. So 11:33, what did Krishna say? Tasmat uttishtata jasolavasya. Arjuna, get up. Oh, please read the translation.
Therefore get up, prepare to fight and win glory, conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Sabyasachi, can be put an instrument in the fight.
So what I'm trying to say, Krishna already killed them. What Krishna wants Arjuna to be his instrument. We all say we need to, or say I want to become. Say it loudly.
I want to become
An instrument
an instrument
in Krishna's grace.
in Krishna's grace.
So we want to become instrument of Krishna's grace. You follow? As far your Krishna Prem and spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan, is already done, then why Krishna is not giving to me now? You know why he's not giving? Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Vidhi Bhakti Rata Jane Sadhinata Ratna Dane Ragamarge Korena Pravesh. Amake teo je bhakta bhaje jei bhave tare sheshe bhave boji e moor swabhave. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nije himself told this. Until you do sadhana, you will never see it. You follow? Krishna has in his hand. He already gave Krishna Prem to every soul. He already allowed you to be in Golok Vrindavan. But for you to experience and see it, you have to do sadhana. In order for everybody to be dead, it's not that if Arjuna did not kill, still they are dead. You understand? But Krishna wants him to take the credit. Krishna wants to see you every day you chanting, every day you taking prasadam, not outside food. You eat only prasadam. Krishna watches everything. He doesn't need demigod. Once you are devotee or you are in the register as a devotee, you claim, that time Krishna takes over. Dikka kale shishya kare atma samarpan. Sei kale Krishna tare kore atma sam. Atma sam mane equal. Krishna actually takes you responsibility. But you may not experience. Really, Krishna is now taking care of me, not Maya in it. No. How do I understand? Well, Krishna is watching what you do. You know, it's like Prabhupada said one time, he said, you finish chanting. Okay, 16 rounds finished. Now Krishna is standing here with what do you want to do after you finish rounds. Maya is standing here with all the list. Oh, you want to become king of America. You want to become enjoyer of this. She has a list. She knows you better than you know yourself because you only remember this life. She knows your million life in this world. So she has a bigger list than what you think. And she think that's what you wanted. So now what will happen? Can you tell me?
Sorry, Bo.
Yes, Mata. What will happen now?
I like what you said, that Maya has a bigger list. She knows all about you.
She
Past,
does.
present, everything, you know.
She does.
Yes.
If I hate somebody, I thought nobody saw that thought. I really hate that person. She knows. She knows very well. She will create a scenario where you can beat that person. It's like, why? Because you wanted to hate, you wanted to express that hate. And maybe now you got a chance. You can beat that person or insult. But if you look at Krishna, he'll say, don't do it. You will commit offense. You're going to suffer. That choice each of us has to make. Krishna will not, please remember, Krishna will never make choice for us. We have to make our choice. For that reason, bhakti is difficult because it is your choice you are making. We are product of our own decision. Can you remember that? You are product of your own decision. You cannot say, well, those devotees didn't help me. You can't say anything. It's your responsibility. So let's go back to this, otherwise time will finish almost 7:30. So what are the activities of life? The activities of devotional service, that remembrance of Krishna. A devotee, when Prabhupada said, I can sit down in a place and chant and be completely happy. Why can't I do that? Would you like to do that? Do you need to remain happy? You have to be doing something, or you can be happy just like Prabhupada said. When devotee says, when Mataji said, now what do we do? Prabhupada said, you can chant. Well, what else can I do? Prabhupada said, why you have to do something else? Why can't you just sit down and chant? Because there's an art about it. There is the highest happiness is actually through you have that connection, but you have to ignite it. So what I'm going to say is something very interesting. On that verse, he says, Bhajya sparsheshu ashaktamana, the sense gratification that everybody in this world, bhajya means external, through the body they enjoy. Bindati atmani jat sukham, sabrahma yoga juktatma. When you have a connection in your heart with Krishna, then you can be anywhere in the world. You can be in the middle of snakes surrounding. You know any picture you saw? Prahlad Maharaj. He was placed in the middle of all the poisonous snakes. But he was happy. Why?
He was thinking,
His connection is inside. This is required. Prabhu's and Mother, this is not just philosophy you hear. You have to apply it. Why can't I connect? Krishna is in my heart. I have a relationship with Krishna. Why cannot I connect? Ask yourself. When the desire becomes strong within you, Krishna will help. Ask for help. Guru, Krishna will help at that time. But if you don't have a desire, you will not get it. So now what happened? How to ignite this? So yesterday we had a nice. Can you, each of you can think, for 5 minutes I was so happy. Can you say that, yes or no?
yes, no.
What did you do after that? You know what you do it? I may be wrong, but I may be right. You just forget about it. Yes or no? Tell me the truth.
Yes,
I used to do that. I want you to do like this. Take a notebook from today. Every spiritual experience you have, you write it down. What was that experience? And if you can pile up every spiritual experience you had, it was so good. For a few moments, I didn't care. I was just chanting. Hare Krishna, I was so happy. After you finish, make a note. What was your experience? And once a week, for half an hour or 1 hour, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur suggests this. If we want to advance, you go through that note. I wrote this. Oh yeah, it was so good. I remember. There was a time in my life, I was going through a nightmare. I don't know, you may not understand what nightmare is. I was really going through a little tough time. And I don't know what happened. I was like very disturbed. And I saw Jayadatta Maharaj coming in Alachua on the veranda in the temple. And Maharaj said, Pran Govinda, are you okay? I said, no, Maharaj. I feel like I'm stuck. I cannot progress. I really, and I had a little tears come. And Maharaj gave me a big hug. He's a one sannyasi, doesn't give hug to anybody. He's like a very strict, he's very strict. I don't know why, but he's like that. It's very strict. But some or other, he gave me a big hug. He says, whatever problem you have is temporary. Prabhupada said, nothing in this world permanent. It will go away. You will be out of it in no time. And I remember 6 months later, I see everything like started in a positive way. And I'm thinking like, wow, Maharaj was so right. So I made a note in my diary, And when I go to sleep, when I lie down on the bed, I think what happened today? What happened yesterday? I reflect. When I got up, did I pay obeisances? Journal? Journal? You write journal. You know how I write journal? I lie down on the bed and I think, what did I do? I got up. I have a habit, when I get up, immediately, before I go to bathroom, I immediately bow down and pray to Prabhupada for a moment, just Namo Vishnu Padaya and Krishna mantra. And then I go to the bathroom. Then while I take shower, I also chant. Japataka Maharaj says, Ganga Chechamani Chekachita, Godavari Saraswati Narmadi Sindhu Kaveri Jalasmi Sanidhin Kuru. You can chant this. Then Ganga Devi, through your shower room in temple, will be appearing. It's so powerful. Why not take advantage? You have to take shower anywhere.
Yeah.
And you know that mantra. So just chant that mantra. Then every day you will be bathed in Ganges and Jamuna. You don't have to go to India to do that. I mean, it will be nice to go there too. But you can do this in temple, you follow? Then you like did I do this? I think like every day what I did. Oh, at that moment, I did not do this. I should have done this. And then next day, I don't do that mistake. You write a journal every day. You write in your diary. Also, you reflect when you lie down. This is a good time before you go to sleep. And believe me, you will have a very peaceful sleep. Very peaceful sleep. It is a very nice. So, whatever memory you have, if you don't collect those, you cannot hold in your consciousness. If you had an experience of ecstasy, really like you are crying almost, chanting or whatever, the prasadam, it was so good prasadam. Krishna is the taste. Krishna is the taste. Taste. So you think like, oh, Krishna is so tasty. Like Prabhupada was drinking water and he drink like this. Oh, Krishna is the taste of water. Wow. And Prabhupada was like a mesmerized, like is so absorbed in Krishna. Just by drinking water, sipping water. Can we do that? Yes. How? You have to make a journal. Can you do that? Will you be able to make a little journal? Right. What experience, Krishna conscious experience you had?
So prayer.
Even one word, even one sentence, whatever you had today, write every day. Once a week, sit down alone with Krishna and go through your writings. Wow, that day I did this. There was nice Janmashtami festival. I was like chanting loudly. Other day in the Alachur temple, the kirtan was going so good. And I went like a wild dancing. And after a little while, I said, wow, I was dancing wild. How did it happen? I was not even aware just I was dancing because everybody was dancing wild. So in my journal, I write, it was so good. Maybe I could dance like this forever. Because in Golok Vrindavan, they can dance forever. You follow? Nothing can limit. In this world, we have a limited body, mind. These are disturbing. But we have to engage now in order to get out of it. You follow? So write a journal. And once you make the journal, then you can change by remembering internally and noting down externally. Make a small diary where you have the most wonderful, ecstatic experience points. And more you do this, once in your life, you'll feel like, I can be peaceful anywhere. I don't need anything. You'll feel a wonderful satisfaction within you. And Prabhus and mothers, if we don't do this, do you know that Prabhupada was writing his diary every day? Are you familiar? Yes. That's how Lilamrita shows. On this day, he did this. When he had a heart attack, he took the pen. Even though he had a heart attack, he write like this. My condition, no more writing. It's like this, down. He writes it like a line is going down. And next day, he was very sick, weak in the Jaladuta, but still write, I'm still very sick, down, like you're feeling very sick. It is a good journal. Why Prabhupada writes every day? Because it is expression. And after a week, when you sit down and you say, oh, I also had this, then you start editing your own experience. Believe me, you will become a different devotee. You want that. Each of us, we want that. You may wonder, like, how come some senior devotee, they're like very happy always? Because they do this. We don't teach or preach so much in the public, but because it's a small group, and I have Zoom full house also there. So this is nice. Can we all do that? Okay, wonderful. Then when you have steady spiritual emotion, then material emotion will not trouble you. Guaranteed. The biggest trouble we have is material emotion. So once you develop this strong spiritual emotion, material emotion subsided, goes under. This is called 2.59, Krishna says. Vishaya vinirvartante niraharasya dehina. Rasavarjam rasopasya. Paramdishta. So I want somebody to tell me, what are you going to do? Can I ask you, Prahlad Ananda Prabhu? He's such a nice, erudite, scholarly devotee.
I'm not, Prabhuji. I'm not. Maybe
you are humble.
Maybe I'm expressing myself to be so, but I'm not really.
That's also nice. Humility is very nice, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. But I really enjoyed the whole, episode of writing this journal. I think I'm going to try that from tonight. But
Wonderful.
as you said, I usually schedule my mind as soon as I wake up. Right? Doesn't matter what time, but I schedule. I'm attending this Bhakti Sangha, which starts at 4:20 local time in Las Vegas here. So I wake up at 3:30. From 3:30 to 4:20, I have scheduled each of my thought in the sense that, I have to speak so many slokas, stotra, Govindam Adipurush, all these things. Even taking shower, I know what I have to do at that time, although mind flickers. But, at least my tongue is like that. So I really feel good that, you mentioned this, and I'm practicing already that. Like that.
Thank you
very much for allowing me to
That's
speak.
very nice. Thank you.
Very well.
Anybody else in the Zoom? Nice to see you, Ramai Pran Prabhu. And Biraha Prakash Prabhu. Madharesh Upanishad Prahlad Prabhu from Trinidad. Very nice. What can you take? Anybody please would like to share what you're going to take away from today's discussion that you can apply in your life? Yes, Biraha Prakash Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance. Prabhuji, that was wonderful class, and I really, like this point when you said that Maya knows everything about us. Although maybe we sometimes make us fool that okay, no one knows, but Maya knows how to like engage us in all these nonsense activities. That was Prabhu wonderful. And another point is that Prabhu, earlier when I used to go for book distribution for 2-3 years, so that time I used to write that journal, as you said, Prabhu, every day. Like I met this devotee, this people, and how I realized. And that time, yes, Prabhu, really, it was like very helpful. Every day I used to get some points to think, but some or other I just miss that point now from my life. But Prabhu, thank you so much for reminding. I'll start from today again.
Oh, wow. That will be very nice. Yes. Thank you, Vidha Prakash Prabhu. You're going to do it. Prahlad Prabhu.
Hey Krishna Prabhu, Danvats Pranam. When you shared this statement, it really attracted my mind. It had me thinking a lot. You said that purification is when emotion is directed towards Krishna. A simple statement, but when it is unpacked, it really unfolds into a complete understanding to me of how the internal process of cleansing one's heart, it's linked to the Shashashtaka prayers, so much other aspects within it. So I loved hearing that, Prabhu.
Wonderful. Thank you, Prahlad Prabhu. Ramai Pran Prabhu. And your bright granddaughter, very bright girl.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanava Pranama, glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
I would like to start working on fixing my consciousness more, and doing the journal thing like you said, Prabhuji.
You going to start writing journal? Wow, wonderful. You are 9 years old, yeah? Your grandfather told me. That's wonderful. Do it.
Mataji is very sincere. Karina Mataji.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Everybody loves you in this house. They know you.
Morning japa class, Prabhuji, is now 6 o'clock. And she do japa and do all those.
But I don't think she is taking any
No, Prabhuji.
pride. She's just humble.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay. So I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a program in Miami. And I'll send you the Zoom. Thank you everyone for joining. Mother Aruni, she's always on time. Such a wonderful mother.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchakalpataru Vishya Kripa Sindhave Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Srila Prabhupada Ki